As long as bad news is still good news, the stock market can run higher. What I mean by that is we had a putrid unemployment and payroll numbers come in this morning, yet at 2:45 in the afternoon, the QQQ NASDAQ 100 is only flat. Yeah, the S&P 500 down about 0.5%, but the small cap stocks up a little more than 0.1%. Nvidia really got beat up today. But that tells me that even though we got really bad payroll and jobs data, it is still taken as, oh good, it means the Fed will cut interest rates. People are addicted to cheaper money. Why wouldn't they be? But people are addicted to that cheaper money, and what happens? Again, not an up market today, but not really, other than the S&P 500, a down market either. So that is bullish for the overall stock market. The day will come when bad news is bad news, and cutting interest rates by the Fed will be seen as, oh crap, the Fed is trying to save the economy by cutting rates. I'm selling my stocks. When bad news is bad news, that will be bad for the stock market, but we're not there yet. So as of 2:30, the S&P 500 is really the only index that's down. But it is not negating by 3 points, it is not negating the unconfirmed breakout that technically we still have at 6,467. This is still bullish here. Let's see how we end, but if we can not undo the unconfirmed breakout, it's still kind of bullish for the stock market. And I'm not worried about the minor selling today, because literally that's all it is. As of 2 o'clock, 55% of New York Stock Exchange stocks were higher, 51% of NASDAQ composite stocks were higher, and as far as volume goes, it was 52% higher and 60% higher New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ composite. Relatively speaking, this is not a bad day. It's a bit of a breather day, so calm down. Gold, I hope you are still in this trade with me. As of about 2:24 here, making what I would call a unconfirmed mild breakout. Not a huge level, but sort of a mild level here, because it's been chopping around a little at $3,604 an ounce. On Monday, if we can close modestly higher, that would confirm the breakout above this little mild level. The other thing happening here is, as we have seen, inflation, depending exactly on what you're looking at, has ticked up a little bit over the last couple months. So with slightly rising inflation and the Fed due to cut interest rates in about 2 weeks, the Fed will then induce more inflation. People are going to gold. So if I can hold on to my gold position, I really want to. US oil really got beat up today. On Wednesday, that news came out that OPEC will meet this weekend, I believe maybe Sunday, to possibly pump out more gas. When you increase supply and the demand remains the same, the price goes down. I've been saying since then, I will not allow my winning swing trade here in crude oil to become a loser. So this morning when the market opened, not right at the open, but pretty soon after they opened, I got out of my long crude oil positions there. I think I took a loss of like $20, so more or less flat. I'm willing to see what happens on Monday. I don't want to ride out the weekend because I have no idea what OPEC is going to say or do or implement. Maybe it's bullish, maybe it's bearish, but I'm not willing to ride out the weekend. Being long in crude oil, I will reevaluate on Monday. Natural gas down today, at least as of 2:17. Kind of been hanging around this price point, what I'm calling minor supply, at about $3.02 a cubic foot. The bullish case is, for 3 days in a row, the price action has peaked above that line and then come back. So in other words, it's knocked on the door hard 3 times. If it keeps knocking on the door will finally open. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell what's going to happen. A even more bullish situation would be a unconfirmed and then a confirmed breakout above that more moderate line price point at $3.09 a cubic foot. But it is possible that natural gas does fall from here. And because we are still in that confirmed breakout range between $2.79 a cubic foot, and again, what I would say here at about $3.02 a cubic feet, it is possible for natural gas to come down here. Let's watch this. Possibly if it starts to come down more, I could enter a short natural gas position while maintaining my long nat gas position. This is not investment advice, and if you don't know me, I'm John Crocker, professional investor, proud American, cigar lover, and owner of Crocker Capital, LLC.